terms that he has, he does not have 15 years. In fact, he only has like a maximum of 7, if at all 8 years, if at all he gets re-elected. But with the possibility that we're talking about an extension of 5 to 7 years, and the fact that he made the demand that his is a fresh term once this changes, it means that he could just as well get that 15 years. In fact, if you look at the calculations, it is exactly 15 years from the date he actually said that in 15 years' time he'll have eradicated slums in Kenya. Don't you think that that could be an indication that, as Bwana Pogisio says, this is an already well thought out plan and it's just being rolled out?
Fred, and colleague Senior Pogisio, greetings from Dr. Masanga, who is watching us from Asia. He is headed to Samoa to attend the Commonwealth Summit.
Thank you.
Let me say this. The same president, some time back, this is a problem with the internet, told us that he's not a madman, that he will not interfere with term limits, and he will never support change of term limits. But he either has forgotten or his memory is failing him, which could be the case. He's sending his laptop dogs to test the waters. Send some guy from Fafi, send now Chiragai, you know. Now they are even calling for public participation. This is my take. One, to amend the term limits is a very serious matter that requires a referendum. Any other means other than a referendum will be rejected by the people of Kenya at whatever cost. And that one must be told to President Ruto very, very clearly. Under no uncertain terms should he be dreaming of extending his term limit. Fred, CEOs in state corporations are given 3 years to do a lot of work. And then you're given one more term, 6 years. And then after that, you have to leave office. Why does President Ruto dream of going for a term of 7 years? Fred, I can tell you that what one human being cannot achieve in 5 years, even if you are given 30, you will not have any impact. You will have zero impact. So instead of him struggling and dreaming and losing sleep because of these term limits and extensions, he must be working for the people of Kenya. Remember, the country is bigger than you. And that is why we talk of a vision, a shared vision. Now, this vision is you run with people. You are the driver of a vision, of a country's vision for the time being. You do your bit. You work hard and do your bit and hand over to the next person. Don't think that you can be here forever. You can be struggling to extend your term limit, and then the recall and abound recalls you. What happens? What we need to do is to build institutions that function, that work, so that the driver or the person who is sitting on the driver's seat relies on the institutions and other players to deliver a vision. But if you think that as one human being, as one individual, you can do everything for 60 million people, is a pipe dream. And President Ruto must get out of his dream and slumber.
But don't you think that...
He must get out of his dream.
Don't you think that ODM probably would support this?
This one, I differ respectively with my party. If they have not told me, they have not told us that they support this idea of extending the term limits. What is wrong even with reducing it? America, superpower, 4 years, superpower. A poor nation like Kenya want to make it 7 so that you can have time to eat and you know, loot the country and enrich your family and your cronies. This will not happen in this republic. And I do agree with my brother. Time is probably ripe that we can audit our constitution that we amended. Let's audit it and find out what has worked for us, and maybe look at ways of improving, not changing, improving what is not working for us. But for somebody to sit somewhere and the only thing you are dreaming about is extending your stay in office, that, fellow Kenyans, must be resisted at whatever cost. And he must, my friend William Ruto must get out of slumber. He's sleeping.
But it's not just the president.
He is dreaming.
Many people within the political circles must be supporting this. A 7-year term sounds very nice to any elected leader, Bwana Kisia.